I had quite a few. My father was one of 12, the eldest of 12. 3 of his sisters were nuns. I was brought up with scary Irish Catholic nuns. John decided as soon as he hit Dublin, oh my God, I've never seen so many nuns. I'm going to nun spot. So we'd be walking along and suddenly he'd go, number 3, number 5, and I was just oblivious. So we went from Dublin over to Galway, went round, come back from Galway, went back to Dublin train station. We got split up, and it was like I was there and he was where Peter was. And I just heard, 58 and his father in a dress! And it was my Auntie Kitty. Was 6 foot tall like my father, big boned woman, simple, scary as hell. And I just went, oh. And all she went like, does your father know you're in Ireland with a man? And I went, yes! And I turned to jelly like I was 10 years old. I went, yes! And she went, oh. Do you want to come to the convent for tea? I said no. John said yes. I might be able to get to 100. And I went, no, we can't. Why I asked you earlier, Peter? Because we couldn't, because it was your 21st. Oh. And we were going home to your 21st, and I was going to meet your family, and we went home, and your mum cooked duck à la and I've never had it since, but I remember thinking, very posh, Joan Grey. So I always remember that. So back to Mr. and Mr. Burton Gray. I always remember that obviously you were interested, had a little love interest going on. Didn't know what was going on, but obviously at the time Chris was in Liverpool, John was in Sheffield. I think there was a little bit of a dalliance on phones and letters before you actually met. And the first date was in Orbar 1, obviously, in Sheffield. John being very chivalrous. At the bar. I'll get them in, no expense spared. No expense spared. Put the card on the bar. It's the Sainsbury reward. There's no debit card. The whole night was on Chris. So yeah, not yet. It might be category walk, but still. So I am very aware today that there's 30 of us here. I checked this morning, but there's more than 822 people dying to know what's going on the blog. The whole of the village elders are dying to know what's going on, and I know you're in everyone's thoughts today, basically. And that's what's so lovely, and that's following on from what John said, that you have, both of you have touched so many people's lives and challenged beliefs. And isn't that what it's all about in 2015? Fantastic. I am very, very blessed to have you as a friend. I'm not going to cry again.
I will.
I'm very honoured, very, very honoured for your witness today. And I wish you all the best.
Thank Right. In some ways, it's up to me in some ways to thank everybody, but that's already been done by John and Lula. But weddings, in some ways, they always bring up the past in some ways, and you start thinking about things about people that are not here as well as people that are here. And before the wedding, you know, there are people that I wish were here. I wish my mother and father were here. Although my father would have made a speech. I don't know how he would have coped with meeting Chris, but he would I think my mother would have been a bad-tempered old cuss and would have argued with everybody, but she was a great raconteur and would have enjoyed herself. And my brother would have enjoyed himself too. So we do miss him a great deal. The other person I do miss is my grandmother. Like Chris, I was brought up with a grandmother I was very close to. And she was my constant in many ways until I was the age of 20. Chris's grandmother, I know, was very similar to him and was important to him. And we were talking about the rings we were wanting to wear for the wedding. Now, I've always decided I didn't want a big ring. I wanted a small, no jokes, I wanted a small, very subtle ring to wear. And that was because my grandmother had a very small, very delicate ring. She didn't have much money. She was married in the 20s, and she pawned her ring to keep her family afloat when my grandfather had a nasty accident. And they used to pawn a lot of things to keep themselves going in Liverpool at that time. My mother bought her another ring later on in life, and it mirrored the small, delicate ring that she wore when she was married. And I was telling Chris when we were buying our rings that I wish I would have asked for her ring to keep after she died. Now, I was 20, so I didn't ask. When you're 20, you don't. But I shared it with Chris when we went to get our rings the other week. Now, my grandmother was a big constant in my life. The biggest constant in my life, really, are my sisters. They've been with me for 52 years now. And I saw them both yesterday. And they made a meal, and we had some time just to chill out and relax a little bit. And what they organised a little bit of a present for me, and it was something old, something new, something borrowed, and something new.
Blue.
So something borrowed was a pen. So I have to give that back now. Thank you.
I never thought I'd see that again.
Something new was a handkerchief. Useful. And I haven't cried today, so I haven't used it.
Yeah.
Something blue was a key ring with a Scotty on it, George. And something old was my grandmother's wedding ring. So Janet gave it, and Anne gave me that. So that meant more to me than anything. And I think what it underlined is my grandmother was my constant when I was younger. My family and my friends are my constants now. Chris is constant to his friends and his family, and now we can share that together. I'm his constant, he's mine. So all I want to do is to thank everybody for coming. Thank you for supporting us, and thank you for being my constant and Chris's constant. So, thank you.